Welcome into the opening press conference for Team Turkey here at the FIBA Olympic Qualifying Tournament, Victoria, Canada. We have Turkey's head coach, Orhan Ene, and Ersan İlyasova. We'll have questions in English to start the press conference, so if you do have a question, we'll ask you to use the raise hand feature, and we will get to your question. Please identify yourself and your affiliation, and also make sure you address your question to either Coach or Ersan. Before we begin, I'll open up the floor to both Coach and Ersan. Ersan, I'll start with you. Just your opening thoughts about being here for this Olympic qualifying opportunity.
Hi, everybody. Obviously, it's really exciting, be part of the tournament and have a chance to, be one of the biggest, tournaments in basketball, the Olympics. And we're looking forward to it. Obviously, it's not easy task to accomplish, but we're up to it and we're looking forward to it.
Thank you, Ersan. And Coach, same question goes to you.
First of all, we want to thank you, Canada Basketball Association. This is a hard time for everybody in the world, especially for sports, and there is a difficult conditions, but they provide us best condition here to compete for this tournament, and we have potential as a team. We have two combined generation, experienced player and young players. We want to show this potential on the court, and we have very strong opponents, but the excitement of the players and how they want to practice and how much they want to be here make us excited, and we will see, and I hope that everything will be good on the court also.
Thank you, Coach. Again, if you do have a question, we'll use the raise hand feature in the Zoom, and we'll call upon you for questions. Just please remember to address it to either Coach or Ersan. Ersan, I'll ask you a question here to start. You're the veteran of this team. As Coach said, there is a mix of vets and some younger players. What does that mean for you to kind of be able to see the growth of this program to the point where there are kids like Alperen, who's 18, being able to play on the same national team with you?
Of course, it's a big time for those guys, who just in the first time play for the national team. Obviously, for the senior national team, obviously they did a really great job in junior and, in the lower level in the national team. But I think this is the highest stage you can be as far as just in a basketball playing for your country. And I think it's all come with experience. But, I think we have a lot of talent. And I think us guys who play before with the national team, kind of give them that courage moving forward. Like I said, those tournaments, it's all about just knowing, timing, the games, and kind of prepare yourself. It's like game, you play a game every day, and kind of, just one game at a time. So I think it's all about us. I think, like I said, we have a lot of talented guys, and I think they will come and contribute in the right way.
Start with questions from the Zoom chat. Madison, you're up first. Please unmute and ask your question.
Hey guys, this is Madison Guernsey with FIBA. My question is for Ersan, and you just sort of mentioned this in your last answer, but you guys do have a lot of good players and some NBA guys. It seems like this weekend the host team has kind of been hyped up as the favorites, but what are your expectations for your team, and do you feel like you guys are flying under the radar a little bit?
It's a tournament, you never know. So I think it's from this point, we didn't have a lot of time to prepare, and this is, a lot of guys just finished the seasons, and we try to, rush ourselves and just spend more time as possible with each other. But like I said, we have a lot of, young guys, talented guys, and who are willing to, play 110%, give whatever they got on the court. And I think when you play for the national team, this is all you need, and this is tournament. Obviously, a lot of things can happen. It's not just, if you lose or win one game, it's all about next game. And I think when I look at our team, I think we prepare for it, So and in tournaments such like this, it's all about just be ready. And I think our guys are ready. And like I said, we're looking forward to it. And it's really challenging and really exciting.
Next, we'll go to Takashi. Go ahead and unmute and ask your question. Takashi.
Hello, Hassan. Can you hear me? Hello?
We can hear you. Go ahead.
Yes, I'm calling from Tokyo, Japan. And I'd like to ask you person Ilya Soba about the adjustment to the international games, because I've been playing in the NBA and a lot of things are different in the basketball. So
We're just having a little bit of issues with your mic there, Takashi. We'll try to adjust it and get you to ask your question again. So just raise your hand again, and we'll see if we can adjust it, and we'll have you ask your question again. Or in your next.
Yeah, hello, Oren Weisfeld with Raptors Republic. I have a question for Coach Oren. I was hoping you could describe a little bit Alperen Sengun's game. A lot of people here haven't seen him play in person, obviously, and with him being a potential draft pick in the NBA. Just hoping you could describe his game and then what you see as some of his strengths, and then maybe also some areas he's still working on.
First of all, he's young guy. I believe that he can improve. He has too long way that he can improve his basketball. But last season, Turkish local league is a competitive league, and he had a great season. And all the season, he did great job, and he has this potential. He has some weakness, but he still can improve his game. He's a fighter, and even he's 18 years old. He's ready to compete against every player, and I believe that national team gonna help his career also. Right now, he has a chance to work and practice with our veteran NBA players, and if I describe him, it won't be correct judgment for him right now. He's 18 years old, but he's right now he's one of the best big guys in Turkish roster, and a couple years later he will be much more better than he is right now.
And if you have a question, we'll use the raise hand function and we'll get to you. Coach, another one here for you. The bubble and then also just the world in general has provided a little bit of, I guess, of a curveball for us to normally prepare for a tournament the way you would normally prepare if the world was regular without the virus going on. What sort of challenges have you faced before coming here to Victoria in the small preparation window?
You asking? Sorry. First of all, it was a difficult time for not only for us, for every team. I can follow that we didn't have enough time to make practice, to play together and to play scrimmage games. And some of the players, they just came a couple days ago to Canada. And but the concept of national team gonna change, and if you follow the numbers of the games in local and EuroLeague and NBA, all the players they are playing during the year, doesn't allow the national team make longer programs, and that's the challenge for every team. But it's important, first of all, mentally and physically, you have to be a good team on the court, and players all of them have to prepare themselves to this competition. It won't be easy, but if you have potential and if all the players, when they came each other, if you don't need too much time for adaptation, then you can be a good a team for tournament. And I think that individually all the players struggle from the condition in hotels, and the organization trying to do their best, but still We miss the old days and how players the rest of their time they can relax. But we need to live like this, at least in this moment. But I believe that in a couple months we're gonna be the same like before.
So, Takashi's question was typed in the chat, so I'll read it to you. It's for Ersan. He says, Ersan, how do you feel adjusting to the differences between the NBA game and the international game, specifically with the court dynamics with three-point line and the foul line and also the calls? How different is it for you to adjust between the two?
I mean, it's not biggest adjustment, but it's, the basketball is everywhere the same, and obviously, like you said, different rules, and I mean, it's maybe FIBA a little more friendly as far as like defensive 3 seconds, so you can be in under the rim and protect more self and kind of do not look at just get out of the paint. Other than that, it's obviously it's a 40 minutes against 48 minutes, like extra eight minutes you play there, but I mean, game go a little faster, and I think in the scores, and you not be able to score that much points. It's all about defense and intensity. So, and like I said, in FIBA basketball, it's all about just a short period of time, be ready and play great defense and try to overscore people.
This question is for both of you. Up first, you have Uruguay in match day 1, a team from the Americas region, a team that you probably don't see too often. What sort of challenges do you face when you play a team that is in a region that you would normally play against?
First of all, when we play with the FIBA rules, European teams got more advantage, but every time, mostly in World Cup, for Olympic Games, all the different region, different kind of habits, and they have different kind of basketball. That's why. But if you focus the basic things in basketball, these are the same everywhere. And because of this, we don't have time completely to prepare all kind of conditions. But if we focus the basic things that we have to do it to win the game, that's gonna make us more simple what we're gonna do on the court. And I can see right now, we don't know, we're gonna play tomorrow with Uruguay. They have different kind of basketball. We know most of the Canadian players, they are from NBA, and our players, they start and learn European basketball, then they go NBA, and for them it's easy to adaptate themselves when they come back. But I believe with FIBA rules we have more chance, but it's also important that we need a good preparation technically before the games to help the players to understand what kind of opponent we are playing. And if we had too much time, we can work it on the court, we can make better preparation, but we have to solve the problems like this.
Same question to you, Ersan. Playing a team that you don't normally get to see, what sort of challenges does that present?
I mean, this is the beauty of playing international. So it's obviously the difference between European Championship, World Cup, and Olympics. So obviously when you play European Championship, all those teams, like when you play in EuroLeague kind of things. But when the difference between go to Olympics and World Cup, it's like you play all those obviously North American, the African teams, Australian, and. It's about just preparation. You never obviously know some players who play in different teams during the season, but they play a different style of basketball. Obviously, like our next opponent in Uruguay, obviously they play a lot of physical, fast basketball. So I think, for us, it's not about just adjustments, just kind of concentrate on ourselves and just try to do whatever we do the best way is possible, to win the game.
For you, Ersan, you're part of this team with a lot of players that you've played on the national level with over multiple tournaments. When you guys are away from each other, though, you're in the club season or overseas, how do you guys keep in touch and try to keep that chemistry going?
I mean, it's even like you said, it's a lot of distance. The guys who play in Europe and obviously in NBA and time difference. But at the same time, you always try to kind of find the time and watch the games and the other guys who play with. And obviously, we have this relationship, playing for the national team, moving forward. Like even when we're done with the national team, everybody go to play for their own clubs. We always kind of follow each other. Try to be on top of it. So because, like I said, when you play for national team, it's not a lot of time you have. It's only a couple of months before the preparation and the tournament starts. So it's you build those relationships. Playing previous, obviously national teams. The games and stuff like that. But like I said, you always try to be on top of it, follow it, and we're always in communications, with each other. And even before any big tournament, we always kind of talk, who come and what to expect, and what the expectations are.
I look at this roster, I see your name, I see Chetty's name, I see Mele's name, even Sertak Sanle and Furkan, and I think about the amount of tournaments you guys have played together. What would it mean for you guys, though, as a core unit to make the Olympics if you were to get through the end of this tournament?
I mean, this is one of my, on my bucket list. Obviously, play a lot of World Cups, European Championships, but never Olympics. So, I mean, this is one of the toughest tournaments to make. Obviously, when you look at our group, and it's only one team gonna make it out of 6. So it's, it's not easy task to achieve, but this is make a really beauty out of it. I mean, obviously, you qualified for it, and it's one of the biggest stage you can be on, So I mean, everybody, every player on our team kind of looking forward to it, Obviously, it's come with the challenges, but I think like we're up to it, and I'm really, fortunate to be here and this, tough, times with all this virus and quarantine and stuff like that. But I mean, it is what it is, and we have to kind of deal with it. And like I said, this is one of the biggest stage, and obviously we want to be there.
And just to close out the opening press conference here, I'll open the floor if you guys would like to say anything back to the fans back home, either in English or your native language back home as well. You have the opportunity to just look into the camera for fans back home.
We are, as a Turkish national team, we are not participating Olympic Games last 25 years almost, and this is a good opportunity for us. And like a team sports, this is as a culture and country that making Olympics is very important goal for everybody. And we know that there are so many people waiting a good news and waiting us, because it's too early. In 5:30 a.m. we're gonna play in Turkish time, but I hope that we can show this potential on the court and we can make them happy.
Thank you both, Coach Ene and Ersan. Good luck in this tournament. That concludes the opening press conference for Team Turkey. Their first game will be against Uruguay on match day 1. Thank you very much.